Good evening, everybody. It's March 16th here today. It is about 6 degrees outside. It was a lot warmer than that. I think it was up to 10 degrees today. It's 6:30 p.m. I'm actually just pulled over, just leaving the South Farm, and heading back into Swift Current where the Fam Jam is. Obviously, we were pushing snow up north, and this is what south looks like. Make sure nobody's coming, I guess. Still a little muddy, but pretty brown down here. Pretty brown. That field's looking like it's looking to get seeded. Some of the songbirds are back. I saw some barn swallows. I heard the mourning dove, and I'm waiting for the meadowlark and some other songbirds. So I am looking forward to that. But anyways, I thought I would do a little update video here to try and inform everyone what us farmers are kind of going through this time of year. So I've done an update video prior talking about, you know, you're booking fertilizer, you're getting your soil sampled, you're booking enough fertilizer for what your soil needs, because we don't want to over apply. Where, you know, you target whatever your average, whatever average is anymore when we're in 3 years of drought down south, but you target your average yield and you kind of put the proper nutrients down for that target. You're working on equipment, you're hauling some grain, and you're bringing fertilizer in. Now we're booking chemicals. So like some of the chemical companies have early booking discounts, like anything, right? If you kind of figure out what you're going to book anyways, and then you book it, you get like an extra 2 or 3% off. And on a big number, that actually adds up to be quite a bit of money. So that's one of those reasons. So basically right now, this time of year, you pretty much need to know with about 90 to 95% certainty of your seeding plan. Because you are now booking seed treat for your seed. You are booking burn-off chemical for that crop, because each crop, like chickpeas, takes a certain chemical. Lentils take a certain pre-burn chemical. You're not, gone are the days where you're just throwing a little bit of Roundup down in front of everything. No one does that anymore. At least I hope not. You know, your wheat and your durum, that takes another burn-off chemical. So you're booking all those. You're booking all those chemicals, and you're also booking some of your in-crop. In-crop is when your crop is like 5-6 leaf stage, out of the ground, green, like out of the ground. Like we're talking May, June here. You're booking that as well, because again, you can get an extra 2 or 3%. So if all of a sudden you're going to spend like $500,000 on chemical, that 2 or 3% makes a pretty big difference. So that's the reason why we're doing that. And the deadlines are typically around middle of March. 1st of April. The inoculant early booking deadlines is actually crazy. It's in November, the year prior. Basically, you're still finishing up harvest and you're booking your inoculant. That's really hard to do. Canola seed booking, that's in October of the previous year. So literally, you're still in the field picking up your canola swabs. Hopefully not, but it's happened. And you're already trying to book your seed for the next year. So you're always thinking, you're always planning. And normally at that season of the year, you're just kind of hedging. You're like, yeah, I'll probably put 1/3 of oil seed in, and maybe I do 1/3 of cereal. Like, you're not going to go away from your crop rotation too much. But now this is when you got to be like 95% certain about what you're doing, because you're already booking all your chemicals, and you can't just take them back. You know what I mean? You can't just be like, changed my mind. So anyway, we're doing that. Also, we're booking our insurance. As you know, farmers can buy different types of insurance to insure themselves. Just like you have insurance in your home or your car, we can do the same thing for our crops. So there's revenue type based insurance. I'm actually going through that right now. I gotta figure that out for Monday morning. Today is Saturday. I've been chewing on this for the last few days. You know, that can range anywhere between $15 to $30 or $35 an acre. And they all have all different coverage levels, obviously. And all that is you submit all your accountant prepared documents to that company, and they go through and they're like, okay, this is your average, and then we're going to insure you for like 70 or 80 or 60 or 50%, because there's different coverage levels kind of deal, right? And then you got like your crop insurance, which you can buy, and you can insure like bushels per acre. Not to be confused with like revenue insurance, where this is bushels per acre. So, for example, say you had red lentils, durum, wheat, chickpeas, mustard or canola, but you had an oil seed. So say you have 5 different crops in, right? Well, with your revenue insurance, say 4 out of the 5 crops went awesome. But say the oil seeds, let's pick on the oil seeds here. Let's say the oil seeds just tanked for some reason. For whatever reason, maybe you seeded it and a big rain came and baked the top, or maybe you got flea beetles and chewed them all off. Whatever it is, you didn't get a very good crop, or a really, really poor crop of oil seeds. Well, you're not going to collect anything on your like revenue-based insurance, because that's basically a whole big breadbasket, right? You submit all your crop plans, and they're taking an average and going off your 5-year history, and they're like, yeah, this is how much money you're going to make, because your other 4 are they're going to axe number 5 your oil seeds out, right? Does that make sense? But when you buy bushel like crop insurance, you're guaranteeing yourself bushels per crop. So say I bought and guaranteed myself, I don't know, 20 bushels an acre. So of oil seeds. So I'm guaranteed 20 bushels an acre, and this is my premium, okay? And if you obviously fall down to 10 bushels, then you get paid on 10 bushels, the difference. So you wouldn't collect anything on your revenue insurance, but you would collect something on your individual crop bushels insurance. Does that make sense? And then you have hail insurance. That's different yet again, and that we'll talk about. We'll worry about that once we get into the growing season. But there's all these different types, 3 different. I think there's actually another private insurance that just came online too. I was looking into that. I can't remember their name right now. But anyway, there's different insurance companies, and I'm trying to calculate, because you can actually over-insure yourself. You can say, okay, I'm going to take the max $35 an acre for some revenue insurance. I'm going to max out at $50 an acre for some crop insurance, and all of a sudden you're flirting with $100 an acre in just those 2 insurances. Then you're going to throw some hail insurance on. You're over $100 an acre in hail, and then you don't collect on anything, because we don't actually want to collect. You know, we make more money by not collecting on insurance. So then you're just literally going to Vegas and throwing it all on red. It's such a gamble. But anyways, the numbers these days in farming is so big that you pretty much have to carry a certain amount of insurance, like we do down the South Farm. But if you're going to get consecutive droughts like we've been getting down at the South Farm, your coverage level keeps going down, right? Because they're taking it off a 5-year average. Down, 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 and premiums are going up, 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 up. So we need a crop down south. Like, we need a crop. Lord willing, this is going to be our big one, because we've had 3 bad ones down south. So anyways, if you're figuring out that, you're trying to finalize your equipment, drop some semis off to get safetied. I like to keep everything safetied. Working on our drills still. We're going to be working on sprayers here pretty quick. Trying to finalize, you know, we're going to get some seed custom treated, so we're trying to book ourselves in for that. So it's just a maze of different things we're working on. We literally long just to get in the tractor and go on auto steer and go around a couple of sloughs. That's what we long to do. This is a very, very, very busy time of the year, so I apologize. I maybe haven't been putting out as many videos to the Patreons, but we're going to pick up here. Once I get some of this stuff behind me, choose all my different insurance levels, and choose whether or not I got some other things in the fire too. Like I got some, you know, campers, doing campers, not doing campers, looking at some what are they called, modular homes for guys, because I need some more places for guys. We're also looking into options for you know, building a big, or Dad is, and maybe we'll buy in, put a big concrete pad, put a building up, and maybe put like 4 to 8 apartments, building apartment style, so that everyone can have like 1,500 square feet to themselves, like whole like living area. and then charge rent on that. So there's so many different things that we got, so many irons in the fire, you guys. And I haven't even tipped the iceberg here. Some of the stuff I can't say yet, so stay tuned. I'll catch you on the flipper. And, oh yeah, and then when you're doing the programs, here's one. Who is this guy? This is Syngenta. I just happen to have him with me here. This is Syngenta. Let's, what do we got here? Okay. So each chemical company, so this is Syngenta, there's Syngenta, FMC, Corteva, Bayer, and there's some smaller ones too. Normally they have these partner programs, these rewards, so you can, as you can see right here, you can get up to 15.5% savings. So in order to do this, we got to have 3 categories. And each company is different in how they do it. So if I use so much of this seed treat and spray so much of this herbicide, and this here is fungicide, because typically most chemical companies have a seed treat category, a herbicide category, and a fungicide category, and a seed category. You tag all 4 categories, then you max out their programs and get the most back. So all they're doing is giving me my money back. And it's actually kind of a pet peeve of mine, is all these programs. First of all, you're burning up a bunch of brain cells trying to make these things work. And you're like, okay, who am I going to do more business with? Syngenta this year? Am I going to do more business with Corteva this year? And you're like, okay, if I do these 3 categories with Corteva, I can get this much back. But if I take that same chemical, same amount of money, and stick it in Syngenta and do their 3 categories, I can get $1,000 more back than if I did with Corteva. But I actually like the chemical better on the Corteva side. So you're always like, oh, but I can get more money back on the Syngenta side. And you got, what a waste of time. Just freaking lower the price of it, and I'll buy the chemical that I want. This is the biggest waste of farmers' times there is. And then when we get the check in the fall, because we get the check in the fall, right? After you've spent your money, you get your rewards check. We call it the rewards check. All of us farmers are like, woohoo! We got money, woo! You know, you got $50,000 or some crazy number back, and you're like, woohoo! I got a bunch of money. You're just getting your own money back. And then I got to pay income tax on that. What a gong show. I hate that. I hate it. Anyway, rant over. You guys have yourself a great rest of your weekend, and I will talk to you on the flipper. Adios, amigos.